Hello and welcome, race fans, and welcome back after that off week here into another wonderful week of racing, getting us started here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Cup Series, coming at you live from the repaved Atlanta, where we get to see some very fast cars going very fast around this hot, smoking hot track. And boy, oh boy, are we coming back to a great show for y'all here tonight. We'll get into the race sponsors here in just a moment, as this is the kind of 9/11 tribute night here at the Numb Thumbs Racing League, and we take this time to say have a quick little remembrance of those that we lost and all the heroes that we saw on that that grave day, and just taking a quick second to remember all those guys as we head on down to get things started with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, these fantastic races are brought to you by some good sponsors, like tonight's race sponsor of Plus EVRacing, one of the great teams here over at the Numb Thumbs Racing League, chipping in once again. So thank you guys for that, as well as DEP Graphics jumping on board for the entire season. They've had an influx of requests for paint, so continue those support over there, as they do some great paint jobs over there on trading paint. Same thing with ButtKicker, your leader in haptics here for iRacing and any of your sim kind of racing needs, as well as AdminBoxx, helping admins dictate and direct these races with just a push of the button. So go ahead and jump onto AdminBoxx and order yours here today to aid yourself in trying to get things all up and running for your racing league right now. I'm Alan Brown, and I need a vacation from my vacation, but nonetheless, I am joined by some good friends here, like here in the booth, Mr. Alan English. Alan, we had a nice off week here from Las Vegas, and we head on into Atlanta here, the repave, and I think we're in store for a fantastic show tonight.
It's going to be exciting, and it's going to be a learning experience for all of us, because we haven't broadcasted a race from the new Atlanta track yet. We also haven't driven a race car on this surface yet, so it's going to be a learning experience for sure. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these guys handle it, these next-gen cars, whether they're going to be able to run multiple lines here or not. You know that when they rebanked this track, they did make the turns a little bit narrower. So it's all going to come out in the wash, I think. I think it's going to be an exciting race.
And that it will be, as down there on pit road, getting ready for all the beating and banging action, is Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, if this thing goes like the real life one went, man, I got a feeling this thing's going to be more like like a Daytona or Talladega than what we were kind of used to seeing at this 1.5 miles here at Atlanta.
Well, yeah, in real life, it acts like a super speedway. It's so fast on the repave, and how they redesign the track. It's pretty awesome to watch. One fast repair, 70% fuel, 5 sets of tires, 25 incident points. You're just going to be disqualified. I think after 18, you're going to get some kind of penalty. And we do hand out penalties here, but hey, man, I think it's going to be awesome. And it's super hot track right now. It looks like 116, so we'll see if that comes into play with these tires.
And that indeed, as these drivers are now just driving out to start their qualifying run. As we take a look at this quad oval here at Atlanta, nice 1.5 mile racing surface here for these guys. Like you said, a little toasty out there, so we'll have to wait and see kind of how that goes. But otherwise, bright, sunshiny day, as these guys have no weather issues to be aware of. But bringing us down to that key of the race, and kind of like I alluded to, man, oh man, did this repave change this track around, and you're really going to have to stay in the draft for any good result here tonight.
Yeah, stay in the draft. If you do have to break away from the pack a little bit, I mean, make sure you got a teammate there with you or somebody, because when it comes time for pit stops and stuff, you don't want to do that by yourself, because you're going to be losing track position like crazy. All these guys that are in the draft, these big packs are going to be doing, 3-4 seconds faster a lap than you're going to be doing by yourself. So definitely find you a dancing partner, as we say, and stay in that draft.
Yeah, the cars are, I think this is really the first league we've ever watched this car. We're still learning about it up here in the booth. I know I'm still trying to figure out how it works, how the draft works with these guys. All I can say is the cars look super cool tonight. They got a lot of different 911 themes, paints, so they look awesome. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a really good race. It's just kind of a crapshoot.
Yes, indeed, as we got some of these drivers with the face cam up, like that 33, Mr. Paul Ferdiani, a race sponsor here tonight for that Plus EV racing team. Joining us here. Also, we're gonna talk to him a little bit later on, as he is the safety award winner from Las Vegas. Of course, that safety award being the guy that you would trust taking grandma out here on one of these tracks as a little ride along. So great job there from Paul. We also have Derek Welch out there on the face cam, as seeing if he's on the track, which he is, up there sitting right up onto that steering wheel, something we've seen him do just about all throughout his racing career here. We also got a birthday boy out here. Let's see, is he running right now? Not quite. He's not quite out there on the track, but Mr. Joe Bennett joining us here with the face cam as well. So happy birthday, 00 Joe, as he's going to try to get a good qualifying time here right now.
Yeah, we got a lot of people already joining us over there on the YouTube chat. We got Big Dog Gaming out there, John Buckley. We got some members of Stub Nation out there, including Laura Stubblefield, Tyler Douglas, asking how everybody's doing this fine evening. Sean Reese out here for Stub Nation as well, pulling for that 79 machine. Let's see who else we got. Jessica Stubblefield out here as well. Earl Evans, our unofficial sponsored driver out there, joining us in YouTube land. Thank you so much for joining us. And Mike Skelton. Let's go, Gavin Ray. Let's Stingray cook. Well, there's a bunch of cars out here that have amazing paints. I know the #1 machine of Derek Welch. That's one of the finest paints I've ever seen on a race car. Great tribute to 9/11 and the first responders of that tragic day here 21 years and a day ago. And I just gotta say, DEP, they knock it out of the park with the paints. Definitely go check them out on Facebook as well. Send them a message.
Well, I hope we'll have time to talk about something like Kraft right now. His awesome paint scheme, 9/11 too.
Yeah, he was out there
too.
He was out there at I think Kansas this past weekend, enjoying some of the racing out there. So glad to have him back in time to join their races. I have to apologize to Zeth Hawley, as I was showing his driver cam, well, watching Double O Joe there. But looks like Double O Joe got his steering wheel fixed up, so no more controller for him here tonight, which is definitely a good thing. No, that was a long couple races for him, but glad to have him back on his kind of full machine.
He did pretty good with it. I mean,
not ideal, but he made the best of it, though, didn't he, Adam?
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, right now we got Gavin Ray up there in the 27 with the fastest lap right now, sitting on that pole position. Corey Sibley and Seth Hawley, both drivers, not too far off of him, just a couple hundredths off. So that's just going to show you guys that this series is going to be very competitive here, especially for once when these things get up into a draft and start racing around each other. We also have Mark Collins jumping on out there to put some laps down right now as well.
Yeah, not the biggest field we've seen out of this league, but heck, man, they've got plenty of cars out here. They're going to make it a really good time here at Atlanta.
Yeah, I like how the track has been redone. The old one used to be real bumpy, wasn't it? It was just like kind of
Tear your tires up too.
Oh yeah, it was like the concrete race surface. So man, it just absolutely ate the tires. It was like no joke, like 5 laps and you were ready to come on down for another set.
Well, yeah, and it was flatter, so that helped too. So this makes it a lot more fun, I think, and I think they did the right thing. Instead of, like California, what are they talking about, making that like a half-mile track or something? And Auto Club. This is how you're supposed to redo a track right here.
I was one of those that was skeptical about it. I'm like, man, there's such good racing in Atlanta, they're going to ruin it. Boy, was I wrong. I mean, it's just it's been a lot of fun to watch. At least the real life racing. Hopefully it translates to this next gen series that we're seeing tonight.
That indeed. As we have to say a big thank you to all you guys that jump on into the chat channel here, hanging out with us week in and week out. As always, you guys are the reason why we do this, and that's literally no lie here. We enjoy hanging out with you guys. As you got Stub Nation out there going strong. Same thing with the support for Gavin Ray and Lofi Evans out there. So we thank you guys, and all the shares that you guys send out there on the Facebook. If you haven't liked the Facebook page yet, go ahead and do that, as we do little posts here and there to kind of get the week all set up for you guys and get you a little bit more of that insider information. But not only that, but each week you're eligible to be entered in for this end of season drawing for a fantastic keyboard by being a fan of the race here. Man, look at that thing. That thing is fancy with the RGB lighting and everything. Man, talk about a great keyboard. So be sure to keep those comments coming in, and we'll be sure to highlight the top ones here.
Oh yeah, and if you're gonna do the button punch, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and then the bell thing. I don't know what that one does, but
subscribe and then bell.
If you hit the thumbs down, then we'll know you don't like English. So
it's my fault.
We'll feel free to hit that too. But hit all the buttons, and that's why we're here. We're not here to. Other than that, we'd just be 3 dum-dums talking to each other. So we like the interaction for sure.
Oh man alive, who let a sheriff car out here on the track? That's the 44
awesome.
Dana Shepard driving around being the popo out here tonight.
Wyndham County Sheriff's Department. One of their deputies has a missing cruiser right now.
Where is that? Is that up in the New England area? I think that's where he's from.
Yeah, he's from up there in Vermont, so that could be right about where he's at. So,
is that where Bernie Sanders is from?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Just checking my geographical knowledge. That fella has a lot of ideas, doesn't he?
Man, you ain't kidding. You are not kidding. As
some kind of ideas.
That's got a lot.
As Dana finishes up his run here, good enough for a top 15 qualifying spot. No one's been able to knock that 27 and Gavin Ray down, though, as time is starting to run out with the 97 of Dave Hoytsma has not put in a lap. Same thing with Tom Barish and Joe Hoggard here. So those guys are going to be starting in the rear of this field as qualifying is now coming to a close.
Oh, I want to say one thing about September the 12th, because we need to kind of get back to September 12th. September 12th, 2001 was one of the most, the country was never more united than it was then, at least in recent years. And we've kind of come a different direction here in the last 20 years. We kind of need to get back to that. So I hope it's coming soon.
That'd be nice.
Hopefully folks can get together.
You can be on one side or the other side of the aisle, but we're still all one country, you know?
Right.
And that's all it should be. So, good point. English finally said something smart. Jeez, been waiting for that.
Man, come on, man. How'd you have to go and ruin English like that? It's, these drivers
I
start
love
to...
it. I'm just kidding. I love him. He's my friend.
I'm already burnt.
As these drivers start to grid on up here in pit road. So let's go ahead and talk about our starting lineup here tonight with Gavin Ray in that 27 winning the AdminBoxx Pole Sitter Award. So great job there, Gavin. He's going to have that 999. Corey Sibley starting on his outside there in second. 48 Seth Hawley had a solid run as well. He's going to start in third here tonight with the 23 of Mark Collins up there in fourth on his outside. 15 of Vince Short is going to start here in fifth with Ryan Pandicio. He's going to start here in that 663 machine in sixth. You got the 24 Bay Area Rob Chowdhury starting here seventh with the 3 Chris Muth Jr. starting in eighth. In ninth, we got Eric Thornton driving his 22 machine here with the 1 of Derek Welsh rounding out tonight's starting top 10.
Our proud race sponsor tonight, captain of the Plus EVRacing team, Paul Ferdiani in that 33 United Airlines Camaro, starting in 11th place. To his outside in that Mustang, the 72 of Carson Conway. Juan Jimenez in the 2 will be starting right behind Paul in the 13th place. 14th will be that awesome 911 tribute paint there of Thomas Welch in the 9. Dana Shepard in the Sheriff's car in 15th place in that 44 machine. The 17 car of Bryant Newingham will be starting in 16th. 17th will be crowd favorite out there, the 79 of Timothy Stubblefield. And 18th will be another one of those crowd favorites out there, 99 of Jason Kraft in that FDNY tribute car. Let's see, 19th, the 67 of Nathan Stanley, and rounding out your top 20, the 76 of Richard Hurst.
There you go, Double O Joe Bennett sitting there at 21st, his birthday. So happy birthday to him. 64 Joe Hoggard, 22nd. 97 of Dave Hoytsma, 23rd. 55 Tom Barish will be setting 24th to start this thing.
Yes, sir, indeed. And that is your starting grid here tonight from Atlanta as these guys head on down through turns 3 and 4 behind that pace car. Jessica Stubblefield, I hope I just refreshed the paint, so hopefully it does pop back on up with the correct paint scheme there for Stubbs. We'll zoom in on him here in just a second, as I guess he's racing a pretty good paint scheme here tonight as the pace car prepares to make his way down onto pit lane here, getting ready to go to this green flag for the first time here tonight at Atlanta. Side by side they go, all lined up, green flags waving into that Geico restart zone, and away we go. Great start here for that 999 of Corey Sibley. He's going to stay side by side with that 27 and Gavin Ray. Absolutely no help behind him here right now though, as it's taken that 23 of Collins to really get up to speed, as that top line is going to lose quite a few spots. Gavin Ray able to get that push and run from the 48 of Seth Hawley as they make their way down through turns 1 and 2, down in the backstretch here with a solid run into turns 3 and 4 as we got cars up into the wall, able to keep it off of each other, but definitely got some scrapage going on here as we complete the first lap of this race.
Yeah, starting to get scary there. Mark Collins, I think, was one of those cars right there in 9th position that may have scraped the wall a little bit there. Everybody recovered, though, and kept it rolling. That's what you want to do here early.
Well, and it really does look like super speedway stuff, kind of like a cross between It almost Michigan, maybe. That's kind of a good one. Just a lot of movement. It
72,
looks like-
pretty hard hit off the wall there, but able to recover.
and Stubblefield's dropping too. I'm not sure what's going on with his car. Maybe he's saving tires as the 67 passes him.
Yeah, indeed. The 79 machine kind of dropping backwards through the pack just a little bit here as we got some crazy action going up here at the front. We got some people breaking down to the apron. Like, that was the 2 machine heading on down into onto the apron here for just a little bit. That's Juan Jimenez already going a lap down here. I think he might have had to come down onto pit lane as these guys continue to put laps down here at Atlanta. But runaway right now for the 48 is Seth Hawley, and the 22 Eric Thornton kind of running single file here, able to sit in the middle of the racetrack. And that's been a constant theme we've been seeing throughout all of these races, man. It's that middle lane, especially at these tracks where you're able to kind of hold it wide open for a while. That middle lane is where it seems to be at.
Yeah, Juan Jimenez and Joe Hogger, they both had drive-through penalties, I believe, from last week. So that's what happened for those two.
Well, Halsey over there on YouTube saying that want to wish a happy birthday to Mr. 00 Joe Bennett. Celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Joe.
Yeah,
Big Dog
maybe.
Gaming out there saying, let's go Numb Thumbs Gaming. Let's bring home the W for Team NTG. And Adam Strom saying, evening, fellas. Those 9/11 tribute paints are beautiful. Never, ever forget that day. Thank you so much, Adam.
That's actually true. I think, unfortunately, around here, people have forgotten that, and we got to get back to remember that, kind of like you had said there. English, it's like poetry, what you were saying.
That's the 15 of Vince Short having a good battle here with the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. He does have some help from a lap car there on the outside. That's the 96 of Richard Hurst trying to maybe help that 15 get back up here towards the front. And here they go with a pretty chunkable run as that 48 continues to, I don't want to say block, but try to control both lanes up here at the front. And he still has that 22 Eric Thornton kind of mirror driving him here a little bit.
Well, what do you think about the team aspect here? Is this going to come into play? I mean, it almost feels like it, right?
I think most certainly it will. I think these guys being able to hold a line is it's looking to be very challenging here early. We're seeing a lot of side-to-side wiggling. So if you do have a teammate next to you, want to be careful not to wreck yourself and your teammate out. You guys are really having a tough time managing room and grip on the track.
Just talking about that, and as you go, it's a hot track. It's blacktop. The tires will fade, so you're gonna have to change your lift point. You're gonna have to. You might slide up into the guy next to you. So.
Oh, as we got beating and banging action going up here for the lead, we're going to have Helter Skelter scattering all about. Went 3 wide there for a second. Looks like that one to Derek Welsh. He was picking up some big moves as we're 3 wide behind him still. You got that 96, the 27, and the 3 still side by side as they head through turns 3 and 4, down, back, across the line. So everything heating on up here at the front.
Yeah.
So you can run 3 wide here. I was kind of wondering if that was going to work. Not ideal, but it can. There is room to do it. We saw him go 4 wide as well, but that other car had to go down on the apron.
But nobody died. But I wouldn't recommend doing it very long because you saw what happened there.
0 stars. Do not recommend.
Yeah, nobody really. They were really talking it out there. They didn't. I have a little secret in my ear. I'm hearing what the drivers are talking about, and there's no anger yet, man. That sucks. I want to see somebody fight.
John Buckley out there pulling for the number 27 machine of Gavin Ray. And Jennifer Ray pulling for the 79 of Stubblefield, Stub Nation.
And 27 machine started up there on pole position, drifted back a little bit here, having a little bit of a kind of lazy Susan action, drifting back there into 4th, but still up here fighting it out with some of these leaders. You still have that 96 of Richard Hurst hanging around here. Once when he caught the draft, he was able to catch up and try to stay up towards the front of this field. He's really trying to, stay on this lead lap and maybe even get a lucky dog if a caution does come out, as the 15 Vince Short finds his way up here to the lead with the help of the 3 of Chris Meese Jr.
I don't know if y'all saw it, but it looked like I think that was Jason Kraft that took a selfie with Bubba Wallace, and it looked like they were walking around in a grocery store or something. You just happened to see Bubba Wallace.
Ooh,
And got a
pretty-
selfie with him the other day. I can't remember where I saw it. It was somewhere on one of the Discord channels. But
That's cool, man. He just won that race in Kansas too yesterday.
couldn't tell where the picture was taken. It looked like it was in a store or something. It looked like houseware products on the
Yeah, like a Costco,
fine.
like a Costco or something.
yeah, something Walmart. I don't know. Very cool though to get to meet one of these drivers in person. Just walk around the store, give
And
us
a
something.
lot of them are just regular guys. Like I'm sure Bubba Wallace is real cool. I mean, the
Seems
Kurt
down to
Busch,
earth.
Kurt Busch may not appreciate you coming up to him at Costco, but you never know.
Kurt
I've never
might,
said what it
Kyle
costs.
might not.
That's what I meant, Kyle, not Kurt.
Yeah. Oh, 72, hard back into the wall and right across the bumper of the 2 of Juan Jimenez, but able to stay out of trouble there. Yeah, I kind of figured that's who you were talking about there.
Yeah, I'd get them confused. I mean, they're brothers,
As we're
Kyle and Kurt.
kind of starting to see a 2-car runaway here with Short and Chris Muth up there at the front, kind of starting to get a little bit of a gap as the one in the 27 machine goes side by side battling here. Again, this might be one of those things. Now that we're 16 laps in, I don't know if too wide is where you want to be. I think single file is kind of gonna dictate this thing once when we get down into these kind of what do you want to call it, like the dog days of racing here, kind of middle of this race where you're really just kind of just riding around, fighting and putting laps down.
Yeah, and they're still fighting here in the back. Nathan Stanley just kind of touched the wall there in 67.
Ooh, big checkup, yeah.
They're having some little battles. They're too wide back here, just like everybody else.
This is a long race, 130 laps. There's a lot of ground to cover still to go. So, yeah, I think touching on what you were saying there, going nose to tail is a little bit more advantageous to you and helping preserve your position because the more you race side by side, the less ground. Oh, 76 and the 27 contact. Nobody spun, though.
Well,
Are these
we're-
cars hard to spin? I mean, it
We're-
seems like it.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of contact, but they're not destroying the cars. I don't know if they've done an update on the car or.
Well, we do
It's
know
kinda
iRace.
weird.
We do know iRacing did just have a pretty hefty the change of season update here, and they made some changes to some of the cars, and who knows, they might have done something to these cars as well. As it does look like these cars are a little bit more stable around here than what we've seen
Oh,
at
yeah.
some of these previous tracks. As that 999 of Corey Sibley and is able to shuffle on down and make things single file here once again. But single file is kind of what you want to start seeing here. Is I think, Mr. English, we agreed right around 35 to 40 laps is maybe a fuel run here.
Yeah, pretty close to that. These guys are going to try to make those tires last that entire period, but it's going to be hard to do, especially with all the back and forth we're seeing out here tonight. B Rose 304 saying, "Let's go, Hollow Boys Racing," and that's Vincent Short and Carson Conway out there. Conway in the 72, Short in the 15. Way up front there with now Derek Welch making his move on the outside, your new leader.
Slicing and dicing his way up through this field, able to get back on up there, up at the front. You can see here right around with that 24 Bay Area Rob. He's just kind of tucked in behind that 22 of Eric Thornton right now on that bottom line. Again, you can start to kind of hear it. These guys really having to lift going into these corners, making sure that car gets set. Otherwise, they're going to start drifting up towards that outside wall. And if we know anything about NASCAR and outside walls, man, it's like a dang octopus. It'll just grab you and bring you right up into it. Oh, as we got one up in there now.
Yeah, just touched it and came right back down. But now it looks like 3 or 4 wide. Whoa, in the grass. So one of them went in the
Reese
grass.
struggles to get back up on the track to 15, breathing a sigh of relief as he was really crooked.
Man, 24, Rob Chowdhury didn't give him much room to come back on up, so little car contact there, but both drivers able to keep it steady and on out in front. As that 27 Gavin Ray able to leapfrog back in front of that one of Derek Welsh, as it's going to be the 96 machine, or excuse me, the 76 of Richard Hurst is now up towards the front leading this field, so he's got his lead lap back. He's just now got to battle and either pray for a caution or try to find that NOS button to really get a run here.
The NOS button, huh? I think this is Fast and Furious Part 14
Well,
or
I
whatever
mean,
they're on.
There's got to be a way to cheat. I mean, find a way out.
Yeah, you know, they get to upshift an unlimited amount of times. You know, that's like a 15-speed transmission in these things, right?
Yeah.
As they're here on lap 24 out of 130, still side-by-side action going on, though the field has really start to kind of split up a little bit here. You got the top 9 up there, and then you got Chris Muth Jr. He drifted on back here to 10th. He's got the 33 of Paul Ferdiani, the 663 of Ryan Pendicio, 67 of Nathan Stanley back here as well, and kind of like a chase pack. David Hoitzma is in another pack even further back. He's got Carson Conway and Bryant Newingham back there as well, with Timothy Stubblefield really struggling here tonight right now.
I'm starting to see something that's occurring quite a bit out there on the track. You see that red line, sandwiched between 2 white lines down there, that divider line between the racing surface up on the banking and the apron. That banking transition is a lot steeper than it used to be here. It's almost like Daytona. So I've seen several cars, 99 did it about a lap and a half ago, get 2 tires down below that red line, and then that back end starts to step out on you. That car does not like that transition. Try to stay on the upper side of that red line.
Yeah, a lot of that, and then a lot of the riding that high side, just pushing up into the wall, because you're at such tremendous speed around these corners because of the banking. It tends to push you out, especially if you don't have total control of the car or your tires are worn. But man, the front pack here, the top 9 are really just going after it.
Gavin Ray back to the lead now. Derek Welch up there with him, up 8 positions. Jason Kraft, so far your biggest mover right there in that FDNY tribute machine, up 11 spots, sitting currently in 7th place.
As they're going 3 wide here, the 2, the 15, and the 1, side by side they go as they come down and across the line. Ooh, little squirrely there from that car on the low side, able to gather it back up. That's that one of Derek Welsh, still 3 wide though. Oh man, yeah, and this track is not wide at all. They can make 3 wide work here, but it is getting tight and dicey.
Yeah, they did the smart thing and put it back together. But if you're in that second pack, if you can just kind of hang where you're at, this is almost like Dega or Daytona. These guys up front are racing so hard, they may just destroy each other and give you a chance to catch up. So,
speaking of catching up, you have that chase pack with Paul Ferdiani, Chris Muth, and all these other guys. They're all back up here, so the lead pack is now back up to 16 cars with the 44 Dana Shepard bringing up kind of the tail end of this field right now.
Good to see these guys that are a lap down that got penalized earlier. They're sticking with it. One of these guys is gonna get a lap back, hopefully, on the if we get a caution here. I'm not big on kind of trying to do these kind of predictions because it usually backfires on me. But I don't see these guys. I don't see this race going green the whole way, or even to halfway. I think we're going to see a caution.
There goes Gavin Ray scraping the outside wall and shoots way back down across the track. He's going to lose a ton of spots here. He was just the leader. He just literally went from the lead down to 16th in the matter of the backstretch. So he's now going to have to struggle to really catch back on up here into the draft and fight his way back up, as Vince Short's going to take control of this race right now.
Man, that was an interesting turn of events.
That was dramatic.
I agree with you. I don't see how they're going to keep this thing, caution free. We're really racing hard early right here. I mean, can you imagine what we're going to look like about lap 110?
All the close calls we've seen, yeah, it's just there's too many of them.
No kidding. That's going to be our poll question here tonight. It's green, white, checker finish tonight. That's the question, yes or no. Go ahead and get your votes on in here to get your opinion heard and get to see where people might lie. Let's put that line at what do we want to call it? A minus 130 here for a green, white, checker finish.
Well, that sounds like some bookie action. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well, I do know what it means, but I know a lot of people don't. So.
Buckley's saying that 27 Ray gonna get back up to the front. If he's persistent and knows what he's doing out there, he definitely can do that. I'm loving the action we're seeing up front here. We're seeing, like you talk about, that merry-go-round action as guys are kind of trading off lead spots up here. The two scrape the wall once again. Juan Jimenez up there in that Mustang.
I was going to say, talk about trading paint with that outside wall. Love how they painted that thing green, so you're going to be able to see some of that start getting chipped away here as these guys continue to put laps down here, coming up onto the lap 35 in just a moment. 35 of green flag racing going on as these guys get prepared to come on down into pits as the two gets into that outside wall there again.
It doesn't seem like it's slowing them down a whole lot, though.
It does.
Go ahead, Adam.
To go off of what you said, whatever's going on with this composite body, I think might be part of it, because they're really not, doesn't look like it's hurting them too much when they're nicking that wall.
No, but that's the other thing we need to look out for is iRacing did bring in the some new damage model where repeated hits over time will continually damage the race car. So that's something to be on the lookout here for, and something that adds a little bit to that realism. Like, yeah, one little love tap to that outside wall may not hurt you, but repeated taps, then you're going to start getting into some problems.
Well, it's kind of like real life. A composite body panel is going to spring back over and over, but that A-arm suspension they got up in front, eventually there's going to be some damages. We got cars spinning down the backstretch as Paul Ferdiani able to save it. The 33 machine sideways going down the backstretch, somehow able to get it back going forward.
Yeah, he did save it.
Wow. That was incredible.
Oh, the 9K just came down on him I don't know why. What happened there? 9 must have blinked out. Looks like 9 had a connection issue or something. Ooh.
That's the smoke from that incident is still hanging around there right before the entrance into 3 and 4. But yeah, these guys doing a great job keeping things green flagged here as the 24 and the 99 go side by side. You also have that 3 of Chris Muth Jr. trying to hustle his way back up here towards the top end of this field. You also have the 22, Eric Thornton, having a very strong race here tonight, up 5 spots, really not drifting too far outside of that top 5, as Richard Hurst in that 76 machine, man, once when he caught up onto this draft, he has not let go of the front of this group here, and he's doing everything he can to maintain onto this lead lap status right now.
Bay Area Rob, another one of those awesome paints that we got out there right now. Scraping up the right side of it just a little bit there. He's one of those cars that scraped it up some and lost a little bit of ground, not much.
Well, here's y'all were talking about our pit window. We're getting up close to it. How are we gonna get down here? It's 45 miles an hour on pit road. This is very fast coming out of 4 down a pit road. That should be an interesting transition.
You're basically having to dump off 120 miles an hour of speed to get down there. They do about 180 at the end of the backstretch there.
Matt, you are not kidding. As you can hear, the one of Derek Welsh here, he's really getting out of that throttle, but still staying in control of this field with that 76 right there out in front of him. But you can really hear him modulate that throttle now with those older tires going on to lap 41 now. Man, these guys must be getting extremely close on fuel.
Yeah, you know, the Numb Thumbs Nation is out there pulling for their leader in the number 1. Up 9 spots so far. He gridded outside row number 5. Now up there leading this deal. There's a lot of guys up here challenging, though, so definitely not easy to stay up in front of one of these races. Derek doing everything he can to do that right now, though.
As the 48 is Zeth Hawley, not the best of starts, down 7 positions, but still hanging on to a top 10 right now, looking to maybe try to make up some ground here as they head on down through turns 1 and 2, and maybe try to pick up some spots here when we see some of this possible green flag pit stops coming up.
Yeah, John Buckley said somewhere around number 45, lap 45. He's guessing that's about where they're going to pit. We guessed about 40. It looks like they're overshooting that a little bit. So good call there, John. I guess we'll kind of know when these guys start going single file and not get so racy.
Yeah, we have seen some people come on down, like Dave Hoytsma and Timothy Stubblefield have come down. Same thing with Carson Conway and Bryant Newingham coming on down here a little earlier on. Tom Barish and Joe Hoggard now make that dive down into pit lane as things are really starting to single file out pretty good now, as these guys, I think, are really getting prepared for those pit stops. But like you said, man, it's going to be a tall task and something we're going to have to watch. Getting these cars load up to 45 miles an hour, man, that is like
that's so slow.
Well, the leader has called his pits. Derek Welsh is coming down. A lot sounds like most of these guys are about to head down there. We'll see what kind of mayhem we have here.
As here they come, making their way down onto the apron. Easy does it, folks. A little bit of tire smoke, but looks like everyone getting checked up pretty well here. I know, Mr. English, you're going to be watching.
I'm watching it.
You're watching the for any of those black flags. As Panic at the Disco, Ryan Pandicio is going to lead some laps here.
Kraft spun out. It facing backwards on pit road.
Now he's blocking pit road right now, causing some issues for some of those guys towards this tail end of the entrance field here. So unfortunate pit stop there. It looks like that 99 having some real issues here on pit road trying to get into his box.
And under green, all those guys that got checked up behind him, they're going to lose a lot of ground as well.
I think he got turned. I mean, it's just one of those things. Very crowded out there.
Well, Thomas Welch has he's done for the night. He chimed in over there on YouTube saying, him and the 9 machine, his screen went black. The game crashed. He says, I hope I didn't collect anyone. He did hit somebody, but
Paul.
I don't think.
He hit
Ferdiani.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what caused Ferdiani to go down?
Yes, he just came down.
Okay, thank you.
It looked just like it looked like something like that happened, just a computer issue. So it is what it is. This is kind of like a technical issue, like a problem with your motor or something. I mean, it does happen out here, these guys.
Albert Anderson joining us tonight as well over there in the chat saying, hello, everyone. Love these paint schemes tonight. They're awesome. He says, keep all rocking, Stub Nation. You guys are great. It's got a recruitment race tonight in another league here in a few minutes. Good luck, everybody. He loves some of these paint schemes out here for sure, being America's driver and a former sheriff's deputy, too. So, Albert, check out that number 44, man. That's might bring back some memories there.
Well, what's Lawrence Stubblefield talking about Waffle House? You got to bring up Waffle House.
Go make everybody hungry again. Here we go.
I could use some of that smothered
breakfast bowl. I'm telling you, the breakfast bowl.
I don't want a smothered and covered.
Gotta try it once. Try
bacon,
it once.
Eggs over easy, and they'll have one waffle on the side. But I'll
big
try it.
Waffles too.
Is a waffle in the bowl? Do you put the waffle in the bowl?
No.
Just wondering.
There's no waffle.
Ooh, man, as we're 3 wide here, Ryan Pandisio was able to retain that lead after his pit stop. However, the top 4 guys of Welch, Short, Thornton, and Sibley all grouped up here were able to chase him down, so he's going to be able to jump kind of towards the tail end of this little lead pack here of about 5 cars, and you got about 6 seconds back there to where Mark Collins is. I think that's kind of where we saw that issue there on pit road, where it was blocked there for a second. But right now, Derek Welch regaining the lead here tonight at Atlanta as they go kind of single file. Oh, here comes that 15. Vince Short, he's not waiting around any longer. He's going to try to take that one 2 wide.
I got to pull for the 15 too, man. One of my Air Force brethren, one of my retired Air Force brethren out there running Air Force paint scheme tonight. Vincent Short in the 15. Can't do it by yourself out there, Vince. You need some help, buddy.
Yeah, cool paint. Looks like he lost some ground, though. Might have to fall back in here behind Pandisio.
Well, with the first cycle of pit stops out of the way, everybody pitting right there about lap 44. Where's that going to put us?
A little
pits for the rest of the race.
A little bit halfway for the next round of pit stops, barring any cautions.
See here,
Yeah.
let's put some paper to
Do the
paper here.
Liquid
do the
paper on
math
the
with the. Yeah, that's cool too. It usually dies.
They can make a 2-stop race out of this.
Really?
Just barely, but they can do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say push it as far past that, or get as close to that lap 90 mark as they can, as these guys up here at the front continue to drive around here. I think they realized that they had a pretty good gap, about almost 8 seconds back there to Mark Collins and his little chase pack of Bay Area Rob Chowdhury, the 00 Joe Bennett, and the 44 Dana Shepard, all back there trying to do a little ground makeup hunting going on, as this field really getting kind of split up. And it's not like anybody had like a overly terrible like pit stop time. It was just, I think, that that issue with the 99 of Jason Kraft blocking that pit road.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking about if they do make it a 2-stop race, there'll be 2 laps to the good at least at the end of the race. Now, if there's a green-white checker situation or a caution anytime between now and then, the strategy kind of changes, and some of their strategy kind of goes out the window at that point. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Is this awesome looking number 1 Toyota out here? Just I love that paint, man, with the fire engine on one side and the towers on the other side. Love that paint. DEP graphics, man. I gotta find us a link for that and post it.
There's a lot of good paints, 911 paints out there. That's just one of them.
Indeed. As the poll comes to a close with 14 votes in, 64% of you thinking we're going to see a green-white checkered finish here tonight. So we'll have to sit and wait and see, as these leaders are now going to start maybe putting some laps on these guys, as they're catching up to a little group of lap traffic.
Well, I mean, that could cause some issues. We'll see. We'll see how they can all hold it together. It looks like the guys that are getting lapped are still fighting it out too, so it's going to be interesting.
And talking about holding it together, let's talk about some of our great sponsors over here for this Numb Thumbs Racing League Next Gen Cup Series. Over there, we got that DEP graphics. Like you said there, Mr. English, they do a great job. A lot of these schemes here tonight are done by them, so great job, DEP, for that, as well as ButtKicker. Add a little bit of rumble to your seat here so you can feel all that engine noise, all the curbs, all the corners, everything. The leader in these sim racing haptics here, as the leaders go around at 17 right now of Bryant Newingham. But they do a great job trying to immerse yourself in some of that extra kind of feeling, which it just adds to the simulation aspect of these racing games like iRacing, excuse me, racing simulations. I know, Adam, you're about to jump on me for that one.
It's not a game.
Don't make me lose it. I'm with you though.
But of course, we also have to say thank you to our other partner here of AdminBoxx. Oh, unfortunately, it's kind of blocked off by the ticker here, but AdminBoxx, able to allow some of these guys to actually join in the race and race admin control this thing, where they can throw a caution, do wave rounds, do whatever they need to do with just a push of a button there on one of their button boxes. Definitely helping these guys out to stay in the action, because I know, Alan, you know, it's tough to really keep things under control here and race at the same time, and everyone here really wants to race. It's just kind of one of those things, though, that race adminning, making sure these things stay smooth, is also very important here, and that's what AdminBoxx does.
Yeah, you have a clearly marked box next to you while you're racing, and if somebody needs a flag cleared or something, you can look over to the keypad, punch their number, and clear their flag right there. Just a couple of button clicks, and you can do that while you're out there running, you know. Yeah, it's a great product. It's been a long time coming, really.
As the 48 of Zeth Hawley is teamed up with that 76 of Richard Hurst back here. Still down quite a few spots as that 48 driver. He's in VR here tonight, continuing to drive around. Man, that's going to be tough, especially at a track like Bristol, man. You got to be careful not getting dizzy, as the kind of lead pack of about 4 or 5 drivers, man, it's about almost 11 seconds now as they continue to absolutely tear away from this rest of this field.
I'm with Zeth Hawley, dude. Once I started racing in VR, I can't race any way else. You talk about immersion with ButtKicker. I mean, that's the extra key right there for immersion. You're in VR. It feels like you're in the car. You can look ahead around the track, look beside you. You can look all over the place. You're not limited in your vision. And then to add something like ButtKicker in there, which, you know, rumbles when you're hitting bumps and hitting the wall, when you blow an engine, that kind of stuff, that just adds more realism to it. And that's kind of like the, you know, if you've got everything else, like VR and whatnot, and a racing rig setup, ButtKicker, that's the final key right there. John Buckley says ButtKicker in VR is pretty dope. So there you go. Somebody who knows.
What does that mean anymore? Does that mean it's cool?
It means it's good. It's not like dope like what we were told.
Oh, so it's a cool, good thing.
Yeah.
I got you. That seems like it would be like just that extra, you know, reality check. You know,
yeah.
I mean, I've done
Sure.
it the VR thing before, and it is just crazy. I can't imagine adding some other things to really intensify it. So that's cool. ButtKicker.
And Red. Oh God, Red Skelton. Michael Skelton says he's watching the field strategy. I'm sorry,
Man,
God.
that's
Oh God, I saw Skelton. I thought Red Skelton. Sorry, Mike.
it's
Sorry
way
about
back there. All right.
Man, as we continue to run green flag laps here from Atlanta, these got a couple lap down cars involved in this kind of main pack here, but as we focus in on that 999 of Corey Sibley having a great race here tonight, he's still sitting there right where he started in second. He's been hanging on up there into that top 5. I don't think we've really seen him drift too far outside of that, especially at the start when we saw crazy movement going on, but I think these guys may be settled in for the long haul here. Other than that 663 of Ryan Pandisio, we saw him drop back early on and then fight back through this run, but that 663, man, week after week, we've seen him go as far down as like 15, 16, that they're going to be 3 wide behind him here. with the 15 Vince Short involved in that as well. Oh, side by side, a little bit of contact as well. But as I was saying, that 663 man, you can never count him out of a race.
Nah, he's one of those guys that'll definitely come up there and just surprise you. Like, where the hell did he come from? That's the 663. He'll do that to you.
Well, it looks like we got some more fans out there. What are they saying, English?
Oh, let's see who we got here. Lauren Stubblefield says, show us that 79 car. Give us a little screen time for the 79. What I was thinking of, because I'm showing a different paint for him as well. I'm wondering if he registered for the race and then went back and tried to change his paint before the race started. If he tried to do that, you're still going to see his old paint. That might be why his 911 paint's not showing up. I think that might have been what happened there. But, yeah, Mike Skelton saying people mention Red Skelton all the time with his name. All good guys. Yeah, that was an honest mistake. I've seen so many late-night TV ads and stuff for Red Skelton shows. So. Freudian slip there.
And so we did see that 79 of Stubblefield back there in 17th, right where he started. He's hoping for a caution to help him kind of stay up on this lead lap. But, man, these guys are really just running away with it up here at the front. I mean, Derek Welsh has been putting down a heck of a pace here tonight. With people just kind of staying single file there behind him, like Corey Sibley, Eric Thornton, and Ryan Pandisio. 15 of Vince Short is up there as well, but then you got Dana Shepard, Double O, Joe Bennett, Rob Chowdhury, Mark Collins, Chris Muth Jr. in this chase pack, who are just really hoping for that caution to get re-racked and maybe get a chance to get back up there.
Yeah, Jessica and Lauren, I'm sorry about that. I wish we could see it too, because especially on a day like this, when we're doing 9/11 tribute. But let's see who else we got. Nancy Boylan says, you guys mentioned Jason Kraft getting a selfie with Bubba Wallace. She said what was going on there is they were at Darlington Walmart for an autograph session last weekend. She said that Jason was the fourth person in line to meet Bubba Wallace, got to meet him, and got a cardboard cutout of Bubba Wallace signed right there from him. So, man, what a cool thing, and what a awesome piece of racing history he's going to get to keep with him now. Now that Bubba won at Kansas, is that his second official win? I know he won because of a rain out at another track, but a win's a win, right? So, isn't this his second Cup win?
It's his second, and he won it the hard way yesterday. Really well-fought race by Bubba, and got some good equipment he's driving in, I'll tell you that, but he's making the best of it. So.
Oh, yeah.
It was
from Mobile, I think, isn't it? Mobile, Alabama?
I believe so. I believe so. Yeah, if you go back talking about Stubblefield's paint, I think you hit it on the head there. It was just... might have registered with a different paint before, because I'm not showing it on mine either. So,
well, and here's the deal: if Jessica logged in after the change, she probably would be able to see it. I think that's how trading paints works. But
it's technical. I'm not quite sure, but I know.
Yeah, regardless, it's there's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong with trading paints and iRacing. And I know there for a while we were having problems with guys that ran custom numbers. We couldn't see their paints, but we got that hashed out and figured out, so that's no longer an issue. We want to make this, we'd like to make this broadcast and this racing experience as great as we can.
Well, we can
make it, but we can't. There's always something that we can't quite do anything about. That's one of them tonight.
We have the wizard with his NASA computer, Mr. Brown, running the whole thing. So
the Whopper. It's the Whopper.
Yeah, I know what the Whopper is. A lot of people probably don't, but that was a big computer.
Vincent Short was Air Force. He should know what the Whopper is. I guarantee you, he knows about the Whopper computer.
Indeed, but I can tell you what, these guys are not playing tic-tac-toe out here, as we're within about 15 laps. Going to see the next round of pit stops here, and if this thing goes green, it's going to be the final round of pit stops.
That was good, Brown.
That was freaking great.
You have to know what we're talking about, but that was good. Can we play a game?
You're getting a bonus. You're getting a bonus in your check.
Yeah. War Games. Great movie.
And he's a young guy. I didn't think he'd get that. Yeah, back to racing here.
I didn't either, but...
00 Joe Bennett, the birthday boy, in that 00 machine, up 14 spots, currently sitting up in 7th. He's been working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter tonight to improve his position out there on the track.
She works hard, too. Don't kid yourself. So he's doing a good job tonight.
It's been a while since we used that one. I figured I'd jump on you there.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you stealing all my lines. That's no big deal. Oh, man. But a lot of guys made, like Derek's up 9, Derek Welch. Tom Barish is up 8. Nathan Stanley's up 8. So Dana Shepard's up 9 spots. A lot of movement up here.
Yeah, there is, and that gap up to the lead from that chase pack is starting to inch its way down. And when I mean inch, it's very slowly coming back down. It was up to almost 12 seconds. It's now back down to about 9.5. So really, these guys like Dana Shepard and this chase pack, man, they've been running single file pretty well, not really fighting each other, and they're starting to kind of chew away at that time just a little bit.
Ooh, contact between the 15 and the 99, as the 15 looked like he went down to the right side of Kraft's machine and tried to do a little side draft. It worked, and it doesn't look like there's any damage to either car, but there definitely was a little bit of contact between the 15 and the 99 there.
And the 99 currently sitting in that lucky dog spot, the first car a lap down, but he does have Dave Hoytsma, Tom Barish, and Timothy Stubblefield all right there with him. They're trying to get around that 99 machine to get that lucky dog spot if a caution happens to get that lap back.
Stub Nation, hashtag Stub Nation out there. Helen Crottinger, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name there, Helen. But she's out cheering for Stubblefield in the 79 tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate all of our fans out here in YouTube land joining us every week for this series, NTRL. If you subscribe to our channel, down there, that little subscribe button below the racing action there, you can get a notification, I think, when you hit that bell thing. So every time we put up a race, even if it's not this league, won't be able to. You won't miss any of the racing action if you're a subscriber and you click that bell icon. Thank you all so much for watching.
And that indeed, and pretty much every single one of these has some form of fan of the race. So always be sure to get entered into that one, just like the keyboard one we got over here at the Numb Thumbs Racing League. And man, oh man, just look at that fancy looking thing, all lit up and got great like keyboard buttons to it, like a mechanical keyboard there.
Mechanical, yeah.
So you know you're getting a really good responsiveness out of that thing. As that's going to be a really good prize for someone here who's going to be entered into that drawing at the end of this one.
I just switched to a mechanical keyboard not too long ago. I love it. I can't believe it's been, this long before I finally went to one, but it's a big difference. I love it.
Yeah, so the point is, though, come watch some of our other races. We're with some other groups, and they have fan of the race. Some of them have money out there. There's T-shirts to be won. It's a lot of fun just sitting and talking to different people, watching different races, and maybe get a kick out of it. If you don't have nothing better to do, come join us on another night.
Not to mention, we're a little bit under about half a month away at the beginning of October. You're going to be able to hear us go live 5 nights a week. So a lot of racing action to be had coming on up as we're here on lap 86 out of 130, and that pit window, it is starting to creep up on these guys.
Yeah, they're talking about it too. There's some guys on the radio making it clear that they're about to pit. We have a few in there.
Yeah, you got the 76 of Hurst, you got the 33 of Ferdiani, and the 48 of Zethali all coming on down into pit road. A couple guys from that Plus EVRacing team. So I think it's, however, the rest of this field, they're just trying to figure out when the leader, Derek Welch, decides to come on down. Again, Dana Shepard doing absolute workout there, cutting that lead back down to almost 7.5 seconds now. So that chase pack has gotten a good chunk of time back.
Yeah, I'm hearing more and more calls on the radio. Here comes a whole bunch of them.
Big group coming down.
Here they come. Looks like no issues there for the first few guys. Ryan Pandicio, though, staying out there. Looks like maybe that one extra lap here again. So he's going to get some bonus points here. As Dana Shepard, Joe Bennett, Rob Chowdhury, Mark Collins all staying out as well. Going to use this time to try to make up a little bit more time here on this racetrack, as here comes that 663 of Pandicio. He's going to have some people coming in right there behind him. Ooh, maybe using every inch of that apron to get woed up there, but he does a good job of that. Looks like Dana Shepard's going to go around for another time. I think this might be a situation where these guys that pitted, like Derek Welch, there just a couple laps ago, man, that's going to be cutting it really close on that fuel.
David Hoytsma, 97 car, posted. Black flag for speeding.
Ooh. You stay on top of that. Pretty good.
Well, 72 of Carson Conway, looks like he had a connection problem. He got disconnected. Upload packet loss.
Number
Go ahead,
2,
sir.
Jimenez overshot. He tried to, big issue trying to get, you might want to rewind that one. He's trying to get it into pit road and just didn't work out.
And we mentioned it was very difficult to get these things load up to that 45 mile an hour speed limit. So that could have been what happened to Juan there. Just having some issues.
Yeah, I just had to put it in the grass instead. You're going to have to take it the next lap. Didn't take anybody out, but it was
as Dana Shepard with a very hot pit entry here. Let's go back and watch that as he under brakes just gets a little loose, takes out that pit entry cone, able to get things all squared away. But he's going to have to be careful here. He might get a unsafe pit entry if he's not careful.
Well, he's in a sheriff's department cruiser, so I think he's okay.
Oh, is that
I don't see a flag yet.
Oh,
He may get a pass for that.
Man, well, Yahtzee.
That's how it works.
Well, either way, these guys doing a pretty good job down here tonight on pit road. Derek Welch, Eric Thornton, Vince Stort staying out there in front. You got Corey Sibley, Ryan Pandicio up there as well in this kind of top 5 group here. Bay Area Rob Chowdhury is now kind of leading that secondary charge. He's got 00 Joe Bennett there. They're trying to make up almost 11 seconds here as these guys are absolutely turning and burning, trying to make up some of this ground here before the end of this one.
And to answer your question, Jessica, it is possible. We do like to try to spread the love as much as possible. Sometimes we don't have a choice, though, because we'll have such a quiet audience that sometimes we do pick, pick fans of the race multiple times. But we do our best to kind of try to spread it out, give other fans an equal shot at it. But yeah, definitely is possible.
And so let's talk about that 67 yellow, mellow yellow machine of Nathan Stanley here, just outside of a top 10 right now. He's got about 4 seconds to make up to that 23 of Mark Collins right now, holding on to that top 10 spot. But Nathan Stanley up 8 spots on the day, having a very solid race. Just, again, once when you fall out of that draft, man, it just absolutely kills your race here.
Jockeying for position up here, the 15 and the 22. 22 trying to maintain position behind the number 1 of Derek Welch. Eric Thornton's in that 22. He's up 7 spots so far, holding on to second. Some great racing Atlanta produces. I hope we come here more often.
Yeah, this is turning pretty good. We got a truck race coming up tomorrow night from here, which I think that one's going to be even not that this one's been bad. This one's been very good. But I think the trucks here are going to be even more interesting as I think in the real life one, when I was watching that one, that was even more like a Daytona or Talladega.
Well, the trucks are so draft dependent. They punch a big hole in the air. They got a giant spoiler. Yeah, they're going to suck up a lot harder than, say, a next-gen Cup car. But, yeah, man, I've definitely been impressed with how this next-gen car races here at the new configuration here in Atlanta. Well, let's see here. We got 12 cars still on the lead lap. Paul Ferdiani, your final car on the lead lap. Looks like Jason Kraft right now is your lucky dog contender. Should we get a yellow?
No, that just now went to that 33 of Ferdiani as he was right out in front.
Thank you.
Yeah, he was just right out in front of those leaders. He's now going to tuck into line. But the good thing here for Paul, he's got about half a lap on Jason Kraft here, and if he stays within this lead lap group, he's pretty much got a good shoe in here, as long as he doesn't get involved in a incident if a yellow does fly.
Well, he should too. I mean, he had a really good race car. He just got taken out on a freak deal where Thomas Welsh lost a little internet, took him out. So he's looking good if we have a caution. But man, we haven't seen one yet. That's kind of crazy.
No, but
well, here you go, Alan. The 15 and the 999 taking advantage of a little bobble by the 22. They're going to try to take that position away from him. Derek Welch kind of moving up, going with the 22 here. That's not a move I expect.
No, but he makes a mistake, goes up maybe a little too outside wide. So that's going to let that 15 machine get a big run here with that 999 of Corey Sibley making a big move on the inside. They've also got Ryan Pandicio helping them up on that inside line as well. So for the first time in a while, Derek Welch losing control of this one and drifting back a few spots.
Got here. Let's see. Nikki saying, number 15, let's go Team Short. Pulling for our leader out there, Vincent Short in that Air Force machine. Jessica Stubblefield saying, I'm truly shocked we have no cautions 100 laps in. You and me both, Jessica. I thought for sure we would have had a little re-rack by now, but hey, as we've seen during every kind of racing, it doesn't matter if it's pack racing, short track, the farther you get into a race, closer to the end, the intensity, the aggression ramps up. So look to see some more aggressive driving here as we come down the stretch. And there's the yellow flag.
Ooh. Just gonna say, speaking of 17 of Bryant Newingham having an issue, let's go ahead and take a look back and see what caused him to have an issue here. I think this was maybe trying to get woed up to go down onto pit lane here through turns 3 and 4, heading down onto the apron. And let's just kind of see what happened here. Oh, just man, he just locks it up right in front of that lead group. So that that caution definitely was warranted. That was very close, but 17 having an issue here, and that's going to bring out the first yellow of the evening, and that's going to see some of these guys come on down for their final round of pit stops, maybe top up on that fuel and get things re-racked, and boy, oh boy, do we have ourselves a race.
Yeah. What I want to know is what team is this Bryant Newingham on? We've seen that before in old NASCAR, right? Just throw it enough to where we get to caution.
Yeah,
You just blowed it up a little bit too much, and thankfully nobody else got taken out. No big deal. It actually is going to make the race a little more interesting, I think.
yeah, and just like that, that 33, Paul Ferdiani, he's going to get that lead lap back from getting a lucky dog spot. So great job from Paul to hang on to it. And we're going to have, looks like 12 drivers restart here on the lead lap.
Well, speaking of Paul Ferdiani, he asked earlier, I just now saw it, he asked if his camera was working. I told him I think it is. Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir.
I mean, you got to hydrate. You should have
Yes,
a
sir.
cooler of beer next to you. That's what normally happens, don't you? I just have one here. Do you have one, English? It's got beer in it. It sits next
Yeah,
to
I got
you?
a little dorm fridge next to me that's got
I
some
mean,
gold.
I guess you could put water in it. I don't know why you would. I guess when you're running hitting all the buttons and stuff, he's got to
might-
be.
He might be putting water in his dubby. He might have mixing
Ooh.
him up a dubby drink.
Yeah, could be. But I think the caution came at a pretty cool time. Get everything re-racked up and give Paul Ferdiani a chance at this thing because he had a damn good car. It's kind of got freak incident with the internet.
And
So.
that he did as a... sorry, I had to step away to get some water. Apparently, you get a little dehydrated when you drink nothing but rum and cokes for about a week.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to do on a cruise.
Yeah, when you're on a cruise, man, you're supposed to let loose. You did the
you
right thing.
completed, yeah, you completed the task. Good job.
As we had more and more takers coming on down into pit road here, just really topping up on that fuel and getting some of those tires as lights on that pace car turn off. Man, these cautions are super quick here at Atlanta now. We were going to talk to Paul Ferdiani there, but just kind of running out of time, and he's got to catch back up to the field and kind of get all focused back up and are ready to rumble with Corey Sibley. Going to restart this thing up at the front. He's also got 24 Bay Area Rob. He was kind of stuck in no man's land there for a while, but he's now up into second. 00 Joe Bennett is going to restart here in third with the 48 of Seth Hawley up there as well. Chris Muth Jr. and Ryan Pendicio up there as well. The one of Derek Welsh and the 15 of Vince Short are going to look to make up a good chunk of ground here inside these final 25 laps. Same thing with Mark Collins and Eric Thornton all up within this top 10. As here we go, the pace car comes on down into pit lane. 26 laps to go here going into this Geico restart zone, and off and running. Green flag racing here once again. Corey Sibley with a great restart there. He's going to jump way out in front of Barrier Rob and 00 Joe there. He's going to have to be careful though, as these guys are going to have some of that draft run help, as this field maybe not ready to go back to green flag racing, as things are a little spread out, but we still got 2x2 racing going on.
Yeah, all the way back here, Jason Kraft in 13th position. He's getting racy back there.
Yeah, a little bit of lane changes going on, as the outside line didn't look like it got quite as good of a start.
No, not at all. As 00 Joe up 20 spots into the lead, out in front of that 663 of Ryan Pendicio. Vince Short not taking up much time at all. He's back up here in this top three, slicing and dicing. He's got that one of Derek Welsh on his tail. That 999 Corey Sibley fighting as hard as he can on that outside line. He does have some help. Problem is that help's really not helping out too much right now as they head on down through that kind of quad oval part of the track into turns 1 and 2. That 22 of Eric Thornton side by side right now with that 999. They're able to kind of figure things out as this wad of cars makes its way down this back straightaway.
So with that caution, did the 33 of Ferdiani, he did get his lap back, did he not?
He did.
He did.
Okay, good deal. We want to thank once again Paul for sponsoring tonight's race. Plus EV racing team. Thank you so much, Paul, for stepping up and putting some cool logos together and stuff to honor, to remember September 11th, 2001. Thanks to all the drivers that participated in the awesome paints here.
Ooh,
Oh, the
turn.
48's around.
Yeah, big time.
The 3 and the 48, some contact there. Zeth Hawley hitting the outside wall and coming to rest in the grass. I hope he closed his eyes during that, being in VR.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look at what happened here. Oh, he had a little help from that 3. I think bumpers just weren't square and had a little bit of a love tap there. I don't see any malicious content out of that one. Just not being quite square. It's the 48 was kind of drifting out towards that outside wall just a little bit. Able to get things back running though. Not too hard of an impact to that outside wall either. So he's going to be A-okay. Maybe just a little bit of damage. But these guys do get a fast repair here, I believe.
Yeah, one fast repair. If you hadn't used it, and nobody probably really has. I mean, we hadn't had any real problems, so got one. Use it. You got about 20 laps to go here when we get this thing started.
Yeah, looking at the replay too, it looked like the 3 of Chris Muth Jr. would have been clear of that spinning car if there wasn't somebody right below him as the car he spun kind of slid up in front of him there and giving himself a little bit of damage. But check out who's leading the race. It's the birthday boy, 00 Joe Bennett, in that number 00. Started way back at 21st spot. Your new leader.
That's pretty good for him, but look, he's sitting on tire last pitted at 90. Everybody behind him pretty much at 102. That's going to be an issue at some point in this race.
As Paul Ferdiani also doing another pit stop here, maybe getting those super fresh tires here for the final 20 laps of this race with 00 Joe up there at the front. Derek Welsh cut and diced his way back up through the field to be there inside that top 2. Ryan Pendicio as well. 22 Eric Thornton making some moves there as well. This is also the first time since the start that we've seen the 23 of Mark Collins up there as well inside of this top 10. I know he got bit by kind of losing that draft a little bit here, but he's fought his way back. And this caution also allowed that 99 after his incident on pit road, making him lose a ton of time. He's able to get back onto the lead lap.
Ooh, Yahtzee, it's about to get better. It's about to get more aggressive as we enter the final 20 laps or so here.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be some hatred and anger thrown around the track, but I agree. I think it's going to get just a touch more aggressive, and we've seen quite a bit of aggressiveness, actually. They just, Brown, they've been able to keep it under control somehow.
Yeah, originally when we were kind of thinking about this one, we were thinking with how much of a plate track style of racing this was, we were going to see these cautions come out early on in this race, and they kept it clean all the way through the first couple of rounds of pit stops. That I think we were a little bit surprised. But now everything getting all re-racked and stacked, getting ready to go back to green flag racing here inside about 19 laps to go when that green flag waves here again. And Adam, I got a feeling this could be a caution breeze cautions kind of situation.
Well, it kind of seems like it, doesn't it? It feels like we're going to see just a touch more, like English was saying, aggression. So I don't know. I think we're going to see another one. I just tend to believe that, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
Indeed, as that pace car makes its way down onto pit road here once again. We got 00 Joe with the 1 on the outside. Green flags waving. Look at that 663 Ryan Pandicio. He wasn't waiting for that green flag to wave. He was going to push that 00 out there to the lead here once again. So a good restart there on that inside line, getting all things stacked back up. They're going to break free just a little bit here of that 1. He's going to have a battle here with the 15 and the 22 sitting right there behind him. as things keep rolling on here side by side. 19 laps left remaining, as here comes that one with a big head of steam, picking up a little bit more of that draft. He's going to have the 22 helping him here, trying to make that run on this outside line. Bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving, they go.
27 caught a little piece of the wall right there going into the turn. Able to save it, though. A lot of contact with the outside wall from several of these guys, and still able to maintain track position and speed.
There they are, side by side by side, for quite a few rows here. Everybody either on at least fresh tires or somewhat fresh tires here on this restart. So they've got enough tires, they've got enough fuel to race this one all the way to the end. See here, that 33 Paul Ferdiani kind of mired in some traffic back here up in this top 10. He's got
big wreck.
That's the big one here as the 663 goes around. Oh, the 24 getting involved, the 33 as well. Double O Joe Bennett getting involved here from the lead, and boy, oh boy, that was the big wreck, Jessica.
Yeah. And
22. Bad damage.
Double O Joe did not have luck on his birthday there. I don't know if he drifted up or the other car came down, but that's kind of what started the chain reaction of, wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars with meatball flags after that, meaning you have to pit because your damage is so bad you cannot continue unless you fix it. Dave Hoytsma, done for the day. He put it on the trailer. He's like, I'm out of here.
Sometimes that's best, but I mean, this thing does, like, it's like a super speedway at times. Right there, it was a perfect example.
That it was, as the 33 of Paul Ferdiani, fought so hard to get his lap back, gets all caught up inside of that one. The 663, Ryan Pandisio, we saw him having a very solid race coming back up through this field here again. He gets involved. He gets very sideways. Here's he was about a millimeter clear, but he ends up just getting turned at the tail end of this thing and then clobbered by the kind of snowball effect as things wrecked down that back straightaway. 23 of Mark Collins, though, in the 999 of Corey Sibley, make it through A-OK. Let's go ahead and take a look back here from the cockpit. All you can see is smoke, cars scattering everywhere. Great dodging maneuvers there from Collins and Sibley.
Jessica, I just had to give her a little bit of crap on the thing. I said, Jessica, you did it again. Can't blame it on the broadcasters. You know, people say the curse of the broadcaster. We talk about, well, we might have a wreck here, and then it happens. Jessica, you've done it twice.
Well, I mean, that's just...
that's just good fun. That's funny.
That's like an old wives' tale. Really what happened is these guys out here on the track, it gets a little nerve-wracking. You're getting closer to the end of this thing. You're up front, and you're too close to somebody, and then we have what we had there, so...
Eric Thornton in the 22, another one of those cars. 2 damage to continue. Put it on the hauler. Let's go home.
Well, I heard him talking, and I don't think he was real happy about having to do that, so maybe we'll see some discussions later.
As that fan favorite Stubbs, he's going to find himself up in this top 10 now for another round of restarts here as the lights on that pace car turn off. Going to be green flag racing with 13 laps left to go. And just a kind of quick look back at that caution. Kind of just looks like a racing deal there. 2 cars racing tight and trying to take up the same physical position on the track. And usually that just doesn't end well there. But we're going to see that one of Derek Welsh in the 15 of Vince Short up here with Nathan Stanley, Mark Collins, Corey Sibley, Zeth Hawley all up there. Double O Joe was able to get that thing all fixed back on up. He's going to restart here in 7th at 99. Jason Kraft able to come on back now with the 663 of Pandisio. Stubbs up there in that top 10. Chris Muth Jr. just hanging around there as well.
And I tell you what, Derek Welch has been able to get back up there each time to battle for this lead. restart, fairly well. He's up there side by side with the 15 a short right now. Got a couple teammates there close to him as well.
And look for Zeth and Sibley, Zeth Alley and Corey Sibley. And Double O Joe, they got a little fresher tires. We'll see if that helps them at all with this short amount of time left.
Yes, indeed, as here they come down this front straightaway into that Geico restart zone. Green flag racing here once again. A nice rolling start here for that one in the 15. They're going to start things off side by side with that 67 Nathan Stanley right behind that one of Welch. You also got Corey Sibley out there trying to make up some of the ground on that inside line. Same thing with Mark Collins. He's looking to try to catch on up to that Numb Thumbs Gaming teammate of his up there up at the front, as here they go side by side down this back straightaway. Two wide racing action here at Atlanta.
Yeah, the 15 not able to clear the one, as I think that restart was by design, as the 23 kind of held off and didn't get right on the bumper of the 15 to give his teammate in the one and his other teammate, the pusher in the 67, a little bit better shot on that inside line on the restart.
Oh, a little shenanigans already.
That's strategy, man. That's team. We talked about teamwork and how it might shape up late in the race. It's showing up now.
Yeah.
They knew they were going to have to do something to strategize because the 15 is just so strong. And looks like they had a pretty good shot at it right there with the teamwork.
And Paul Ferdiani having to tow down into pit lane. It's going to go back down a few laps here. So after all that hard work, Ferdiani getting shoved back down a couple laps. You got Nathan Stanley in that 67 machine up 16 spots. Look at him fly around here as he's trying to crack and stay inside of this top three right now.
Ooh, they're really rolling a dice like they're in Waco tonight. Man, this is it. Super interesting. I think you saw what I was seeing there.
And very slicey and dicey up there. That was the 76 of Richard Hurst snagging that outside wall just a little bit, but he was able to hold it back on together here. Double O Joe Bennett hanging on to a top 10 spot right now. He's kind of stuck mired in the middle of this big glob of cars as the 44 Dana Shepard gets a big run. He's going to have to check up, and that's causing the 76 to check up. We're going to be three wide back here.
Ooh.
Hey, man, I'm almost thinking that we're going to get a finish like we get at Talladega, where it's pure mayhem coming out of turn 4 into the quad oval.
It's looking that way. Shepard in the middle there. What is going on? The 2 is really pushing the 99. If he can get out of that little 3 wide jam he's in, he had been pushing Jason Kraft in the 99.
As they stay side by side, still 3 wide racing here in the middle of this field. The 2, the 44, and that 76. All these guys battling here for a lucky dog spot. As they're really putting the laps in here. Still side by side up at the front, though. That 1 not letting that 15 machine get that much of a run here on the outside, as he's all alone. Absolutely no help there from the 23.
That 23 is a Numb Thumbs gaming machine. He's not going to help a competitor pass his teammate, so he's just kind of riding around back there. 67 in the 15, very close to having contact there.
Yeah, this totally reminds me of a Talladega.
Oh, yeah,
Last
at
few
least
laps.
Daytona, yeah.
Look at it, man. They're just side by side, beating and banging. That's tough to hold
coming
it,
down
too.
to the end here. We got 6 to go now.
As that
Oh, my
15
goodness.
does get that run, he's going to be able to tuck down in front of that one machine. As we're going to have a wreck here with Zess Holly or Nathan Stanley.
Oh, it's another big one. Lot of Tom Barish involved. 48 of Hawley involved again.
Oh, the double O of Joe Bennett as well.
63 able to make his way through there. Or 663, I'm sorry.
Just too tight right there. And then, oh, wow. He just snapped to the right, the 67 machine. Not quite sure what happened with Nathan Stimley, but he just
Oh, man.
snapped right in front of everybody.
That was... We had some ping-pong in action with that 48 machine. Let's slow this one down at quarter speed. Going from the 23 back down to the 67 and just snags that rear quarter panel of the 67. Blocks that outside lane. Snags that 23 machine. All helter-skelter, breaks loose. The 00 Joe trying to avoid it. Ends up coming on down into... looks like that's the 39 and then 44 getting tagged up. Dana Shepard, 663. Oh, he was also tagged up in it as the 48 continues to kind of rumble on down that kind of inside area. The 76 of Richard Hurst got a pretty clean break there. 79 Timothy Stubblefield able to avoid all of that carnage, though. He does a fantastic job. Let's take a look here. Let's get a better cockpit view if we can. Where's my gyro cam? I know. We'll go from the up on the roof here. As this happened right in front of Stubbs, he sees the smoke, checks up immediately, goes down to the apron. Unfortunately, his view gets blocked, but he's still able to part the Red Seas there as Stubbs does make it on through, but you could just see all that mayhem happen right there in front of him.
He had some kind of guide going through there. I think it might have been the clairvoyant Jessica Stubblefield who's joining us over there.
Well, she's having a heck of a race herself. she's
caused
pretty
every caution with her comments, man.
I'm gonna have to pull back what I said. I think it is her fault. What in the heck is going on out there, Jessica?
That's so
Even
funny.
the whole chat knows you've caused all these crashes.
I've never seen anything like that.
I haven't either. That's pretty funny, though. I'm glad she's out here enjoying it and causing all these crashes, making it more fun. I'll tell you that.
Oh me!
Somehow, Stubblefield has also worked his way up there. Man, now it's going to come down to the tires. And how many laps we got? What is this going to be? A green-white checker?
I think we're going to get a unofficial green-white checker here.
Nope, not official. Not official.
Okay.
So we're going to have even more bonus attempts at green-white checkers. I don't know how many official attempts we will have, but green-white checker finishes from here on out. And for those of you betting the yes on the green-white checker, congratulations. You've won your... what was it, like $30 on your $100 bet there?
Well, if it was real money,
We'll call it YouTube coin or something like that.
Yeah. Ooh, that sounds interesting. They probably already got
You've
that.
You've won
Shroot.
one Shroot buck.
Shroot from the office, yeah.
Jason
Lord.
Kraft had a black flag, but it was cleared by the admins. I think that was one of those. He had to
All right.
kind of evade something that was going on the track.
Well, look at his tires. He's at just pitted lap 126.
Yep.
Him and the Pandicio, they're going to be screaming hot. So watch for them to kind of tear through here, and we'll see what happens.
That, and due to all the people having to come down into pit lane and everything, things are going to be a little helter-skelter here. But we only have about 6 cars here on the lead lap, fighting for this win here, as the lights on that pace car are off. With the 15 of Vince Short, he was able to just get that nose and stay out in front of that one of Derek Welsh before that caution flew. But here we go. Pace car is down and out. It's time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, and throw inhibition out the window. Green-white checker finish here for the Numb Thumbs Racing League Cup Series race here tonight at Atlanta. Great restart there from Vince Short, able to jump way out in front of that one, Derek Welsh. Things are going to kind of single file out here for just a second as they head on down through turns 1 and 2. Corey Sibley and Ryan Pandicio jump out in front of that 79 of Stubblefield. He's going to try to hang on to the lead 4 cars here, as Jason Kraft's trying to slice and dice his way up through some traffic as well. Heading down through turns 3 and 4 they go. Derek Welsh and Vince Short side by side. Derek Welsh with that big run on that outside line takes a lead here going on to the white flag, so no more cautions here tonight. this is it. Beating and banging with the 15 and the 663 as they make their way down through turns 1 and 2, allowing that one of Welch to get a big run out of the corner, get a little bit of that extra space, heading on down this back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Still Welch with about a car length clear. The 15 is going to tuck up inside of him here as the 99 and the 663 get together. We're going to be beating and banging there through turns 3 and 4 as the 1 gets involved with the 15. That's going to be a wreck across the line. A photo finish here at Atlanta.
Whoa.
Shorts got it by 18 thousandths.
Okay. That was wild. Another wild finish here.
That indeed. Let's see if we can't see this final couple corners here as, oh man, talking about beating and banging, the 79 machine getting involved. But yeah, side-by-side action as they came back across the line. Just absolute beating and banging. You had Corey Sibley there kind of blocking the track on that turn 4 exit here. Oh, he gathered up that 23 machine as it looks like the 1 just coming down into that 15 just a little bit as the 15 got that run, and yes, just crosses that line right in front as I kind of want to take a rewind look and pause here because I think Stubblefield actually crossed, or is that
Fourth. Stubblefield actually picked up a 4th place finish right there because all that crap that was going on from him. Jason Kraft will round out your top 5. Ryan Pendicio in 3rd.
From what I'm seeing here, oh yep, I don't know who I'm looking at. Looks like that was a lap car going side by side with that 663 machine. So yes, you are correct. Stubblefield with a 4th place finish, with Pandicio picking up that 3rd podium spot here as everything was helter-skelter on that final lap.
So it's kind of what we thought, Adam. You know, it's almost like a finish you'd see at a Talladega. As Atlanta's really now kind of a plate track, kind of like a super speedway here.
They were talking about it. I mean, even though Short and Welch got into it there, they were just really racing, and that's why you get out here on the track, man. Just that last lap is just like one of those big tracks where if you're leading this thing, the chances are you're not going to win it because the mayhem is headed your way.
That indeed. So, Mr. English, I think we have a fan of the race here tonight.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, we do. And sorry, Jessica, it's not you tonight, but it is Lauren Stubblefield is our fan of the race tonight. Congratulations, Lauren. You've been entered into the drawing to win that awesome keyboard here at the end of the season. So congratulations to Lauren Stubblefield, our fan of the race tonight. But thanks all of you out there who support your drivers and stuff on YouTube and support us. Thanks so much for all the thumbs up and the subscriptions we've gotten out of you guys. We love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for joining us tonight, this Monday night NTRL series.
Well, and some of the nice comments, like John Buckley, he said, "Thanks, broadcast guys. Y'all make my Monday." So that actually makes us feel pretty damn good because that's all we're trying to do. Enjoy the race, have some fun with y'all, and we appreciate the kind words. And really, the racing here is what's making it fun, watching these races with y'all, because the really, really good racing here, Numtimes Gaming, Numtimes Racing League. This was a fun one, man. Atlanta and the next gen, mark it down. I think we need to do this again.
That indeed. Well, as things kind of wind down here, let's talk to some of these drivers, and we'll start off with tonight's 3rd place finisher. And that's going to be the 663, someone who's no stranger to the booth up here. That's Ryan Pandicio. Ryan, another podium finish for you here tonight. And I kind of know your nickname from other places is Panic at the Disco. And talk about having a little bit of a panic there coming out of turn number 4 as everything started to happen around you.
Yeah, that was interesting at the end there.
Well, I mean, we were kind of looking at pit strategy being kind of the name of the game at the start, but a lot of strategies kind of went out the window when the caution started. Did you kind of see the aggression starting to ramp up out there as laps went by?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was really hoping it would go caution free.
Well, we almost had that, and then we just got that run of cautions where it just kind of got a little bit out of hand, but it was fun to watch. Let's put it this way. I don't know how fun it was being in the race car, but what were your feelings through that whole last lap? What was going through your mind?
Well, I was hoping Derek would stay up top with me because when I was behind someone, I knew that my car was still good enough to stick with them. But as soon as he chopped down, I knew that I had no shot there.
Well, either way, Ryan, you still had a fantastic race here tonight. Dropped down kind of there in the middle stages, but fought your way back with kind of staying out there that extra lap, which turned out to make a big difference here with all those green flag pit stops. And you find yourself here on that podium once again. Before we let you go, do you got any shout outs or anything like that?
Shout out to Docket, of course. Shout out to my teammates, you guys, this league. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time with us here tonight, and good luck next week as we do go to plate track racing. I think we got Talladega coming up next, so hope you get used to this style of racing, my friend.
Well, hopefully we don't end up in a wall this week or next week.
All right, and with that, we'll move up to tonight's second place finisher by a nose. And it's going to be that one of Derek Welsh. And Derek, this is our first race that we've seen here from the new repave of Atlanta. And we kind of knew from watching the real life race, this was going to be kind of like a kind of plate track kind of style racing. And that's what it was. And we even saw some green flag pit stops happen there, field kind of spread out. And then, as always, a hectic finish.
Yeah, man, these group of guys, man, in this league, it's just amazing. We went almost, 100 laps almost with no cautions, and being grouped together most of the time, and it's just amazing how talented these guys are in this lead. Yeah, at the end, cautions breed cautions, of course, and people get a little bit more aggressive, of course, but hell, hell of a finish there. Me and Vincent got collected there. It's racing. It's racing.
Well, I was one of the skeptics. We mentioned this during pre-race about the repave and reconfiguration of Atlanta, but it definitely it turns out that it's not bogus. It's an amazing track now, and it really produced some great racing tonight. Talk about the great battles y'all have had up front, and also about this awesome paint. And you guys did one heck of a tribute tonight for 9/11, and kind of talk about what that means to you as well.
Well, yeah, the racing up front was great. Me and Vincent, we battle. Me and him's been battling all year in ARCA, and it seems like me and him always together in the next gen. The season hasn't started off as planned for me, but we're starting to get stuff together here. But yeah, it's this repayment. It's made the racing fun in the broadcasters or the viewers' eyes, but in the racers' eyes, it's draining. But yeah, DEP painted this car for me tonight, and I remember that day like it was yesterday. I told the guys I had a big spill before the race today, and it's changed. It's changed a lot of people. It changed me included. It taught me to respect and cherish the things I have in life and the people I have that's a part of my life and the things I have, because you never know when your day is going to be up, and living through something like that. Of course, I wasn't there, but everybody in the United States of America, in the world, basically lived that day, and I hope the newer generation don't have to go through that. What we had to witness that day. So it's a very special day for me, my family, and a lot of people. I mean, for everybody in the country especially. So, but yeah, that's what it means to me.
Well, that's well said, and I think we all feel kind of the same about that. And the paints were awesome, man, tonight, and y'all two racing up front was awesome. But we mentioned it too. This race is like a super speedway. We didn't. If you're running up front at the end of this thing, the chances are you're probably not going to win it, and it kind of proved itself tonight with you and Short. But still, a heck of a race. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, if I would have came down and squeezed them on that trial right there, I probably would have pulled it off. But Benson had a good run on me, so I was trying to squeeze them down a little bit. But yeah, we collected right there, and it is what it is. It's racing, and great race.
Awesome, man. Well, picking up a solid second place finish here tonight for that one machine, that one Numb Thumbs gaming machine, I should say, as we kind of have to let you go here. But got any other shout outs or anything like that?
Numb Thumbs Racing, NTG Trucking, y'all boys, y'all need to get a part of that. Start helping us drive. I heard Adam Turner used to be big in it.
Yeah, it used to be. I'm going to try to get that.
Yeah, DP paints, man. DP graphics. Y'all have seen his paints out there tonight. One of a kind. The best out there in my eyes. He's something else. He makes our graphics for us. He's unbelievable. Love him to death, and also have his son in his prayers. I don't know if everybody knows, but his son is battling cancer. They put him in hospice not too long ago, and so he's got a tough little situation going on in his life right now as a father, especially. So let's keep him in his prayers over this next 3 to 6 weeks, and that's it.
Awesome, and we will definitely do that. And again, thanks for your time here, Derek. If you'd actually do me a favor, jump on down to the Plus EV and mention to Paul if he wants an interview, he can jump up to the podium, waiting room there.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Oops. As he was jumping as I was dragging him, but that's a-okay as we head on up to tonight's race winner, and that's going to be the 15 of Vince Short, having a heck of a battle out there. He was hanging around up there towards the front a good chunk of this race and picks up the win here at Atlanta by a nose over that one of Derek Welsh. A great run here, Vince, and just talk about how great of a race this new repave at Atlanta really is.
Well, at first I was dreading it because I'd had a couple, 2-3 practice races, and there was very little separation when the long runs were going. It was just clump racing pretty much the length of the race. Tonight we got with a good click, about 5 of us that stayed together and didn't battle for position or anything, just took the clump and ran it up to that first stop. And once we got clear to that first stop, it just gave us enough of a gap that we basically, that way we got to the end and just spotted out.
Well, Vincent, you're one of the guys tonight that it looked like you were using the side draft as much as you could. It's really hard to do when you've got a track like this, and the grip level wasn't, kind of what we thought because of the high track temps. So, it was kind of the teamwork and stuff we saw from the NTG guys there on that last restart that really kind of, you didn't really get the run you needed there on the restart. But talk about the restart and the teamwork there. And also, I want to hear your 9/11 story, because I'm sure we were active duty at the same time. And I remember thinking that September 11th, we got that's the first time I was ever in real world ThreatCon Delta. And it was kind of a different experience. But yeah, talk about that restart also.
I've done like 3 or 4 races on the new track, and I've not done real good. I always try to stick with what works for me. If it doesn't fail me, and low risk value on the restarts. I usually stick to second gear starts, and just on this track, I knew I was going to make up the gap anyway, so I wasn't too concerned. Just hoping for some slip ups here and there, which I got, and got a couple gaps where I could shoot through and get myself in position. The cautions kind of concerned me a little bit because some of us had already, changed tires and had a few laps on them. My goal was, if I could get to the bottom and get up front, just hold the bottom line and take whatever I could get out of the low line. I know with a couple of my races, holding that bottom line is so much easier if you pedal it and just stay down there and block it. It's kind of like running Charlotte. I think that's what it reminds me of the most of, is just running Charlotte. I wanted to thank Mark Collins. He was a heck of a draft buddy there towards the end, kept me up there, kept me competing. Truly do appreciate it. And then, of course, me and Derek, we always have good races. We had a good race Saturday night. He got the best of me that night, and then, of course, I got to pay back tonight, so it's all good. As far as 9/11, at that time, I was a Air Force active duty recruiter in Terre Haute, Indiana. So I had just walked in to the building that morning and heard a scream from the front part of the building, so I was kind of concerned because we'd had issues with threats and stuff like that. So I ran towards the front of the building, and at that time, Navy had their TV on, and right as I walked in is when the second plane hit the second tower. And then pretty much all hell broke loose there from there, and the phones rang nonstop. We had all kinds of threats on the phones, and a lot of my recruits calling me, up, ready to go, ready to fire it up, wanting to go to boot camp right then and there. And from then on, man, it was a whole different ball of wax as a recruiter from that time on.
A little bit different times we're living in now, where recruiters are having a really tough time right now. But yeah, the days, September 12th and on, I'm sure that was kind of the golden age for the recruiters then, because y'all just y'all had so many patriots that were willing to come in after that, knowing that probably they'd be going in harm's way. And
I could tell you what, I'm from Indiana, and I fully believe in my fellow Hoosiers. They stepped up to the plate. We had lines in front of the doors that very next morning when we came back to the building. Guys were ready to go. They didn't care what it was they were going into. They just knew they wanted to defend their country. Had a lot of anger. You had to temper that anger and control it, and tell them, hey, if you got a job to do, that's the best thing you can do to serve this country, is do it the right way. Don't do it with anger, because then you don't accomplish your mission. Obviously, at that point, I was ready to go back to active duty. I was pretty fired up. But I knew I had a job to do, and I knew in order to serve my country at that time, it was to put the best of the best in and help my fellow service members in the Navy and the Marines and Army, get quality people in there and let them do the job that we needed done at that time.
Man, that's an awesome story. I didn't know how to follow that up. Besides you won this damn thing, I love your 9/11 story. Thanks for your service. Let's see, what are you looking forward to digging next week or not?
I don't have any problems with Dega. I've raced a couple here in the last couple of weeks. So with the crew we got in this group right now racing with these cars, I've been duly impressed. I know a lot of the guys are still getting the hang of them. This is my third or fourth season with them, so I'm pretty familiar with them. And super speedways, the biggest thing I think some of the guys know was trying to get that top line to work and figuring out how to get the draft to work. But since they've done the updates, it's made it a lot easier, and now it's more competitive. Biggest thing I've learned in the time I've been on the sim is just being patient, not trying to rush and try to get to the front right off the bat. Just be patient and take what the track gives you, because eventually it's going to come around to you. A good example tonight, I led for a while and then fell back and kind of pedaled for a while, saved fuel. Didn't know if fuel was going to be a factor or not, but I knew either way, if I go in with a group of people to pit, my pit's going to be a little quicker than theirs, and that moved me up in position a couple times. So it was a lot of fun tonight. Everybody raced really, really good. It was good quality racing tonight. Guys, when they made their passes, they were clean for the most part. We had a few hiccups here and there, but for the most part, a great race, great group of guys. Numb Thumbs, these guys are fun. Derek runs a quality league, and I truly appreciate the group that he's got gathered together in this league.
Awesome, man. Well, it's definitely easy to enjoy it when you get home in that number one spot here for that 15 machine. Before we let you go here, Vince, you got any final shout-outs or anything like that?
First and foremost, my wife, Nikki, she is a huge supporter of iRacing, huge supporter of the broadcast. You guys do a stellar job. And thank my team, Holler Boys Racing TV, Holler Boys Racing, Numb Thumbs Racing League, Two Blessings Thrift Store, my granddaughters, Kira Raylin and Amari, my brother Kyle, my nephew Landon, my sisters, or my daughters, Ashley, Rayleigh, and Shelby for watching every week and supporting me. And you guys for the broadcast. I mean, it was a ball of fun tonight, and I wanted to thank everybody for that. Really appreciate it. And Track Bar Media, my main sponsor.
Awesome.
Congrats on the win, man. Great job.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and with that, we get to talk to the great race sponsor here tonight. I gotta find his name because unfortunately he lost a few positions. There he is. It's gonna be the 33 of Paul Ferdiani picking up the Safe Driver Award. And sorry, Paul, we weren't able to talk to you early on, but when we did get the cautions, man, they were only about 2 laps long, and everyone was busy doing stuff. And normally we like to talk to you then, but another fantastic race sponsorship from you from a couple of weeks ago there at Vegas, and another one here at Atlanta. Man, you've picked a couple great races to jump on board with.
Yeah, they're two of my favorite tracks. I know some people don't like the new Atlanta. I think it makes for good racing. I think you saw that early on here, and even late after the cautions came out. Like we race, this league races pretty well here, and it was a lot of fun. Like I don't know how many laps we went without a caution. Had some green flag stops. It's just yeah, DW put a great league together here. A bunch of guys that race pretty clean. So it's happy I could sponsor them and promote my team there with Joe, Double O Joe. Happy birthday, by the way. Rob, Bay Area Rob Chowdhury, and Zeth Holly. We all didn't have the best finish. We all finished, I think, 4 in a row, and like in the back. But you know, can't get them all. So we'll try to get them next week at Dega. So that's one of my favorites. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, Paul, I was one of those skeptics. You know, when they started talking about redoing Atlanta, I thought, oh man, they're gonna ruin this track. This track's historic. You know, think about the days when Bill Elliott was running 205 miles around here, 205 miles an hour around here, and man, they're gonna mess this thing up. And then when you actually see racing on it, it really has adapted to the way NASCAR racing is now. I think that it's turned out great. I think it made it a lot better. And I'm definitely eating my words now because after watching the real life guys race it, and then you guys race it on a sim, I mean, it's equally fun to watch. There's not a whole heck of a lot of room out there in the turns, but we saw a lot of 3-wide action out there tonight, and guys doing it safely. And what you were getting at, we did 100 laps before we saw a caution out here tonight. I mean, you guys did a fantastic job.
And that was almost, I think he might have self-spun and kind of spun up in the track, which actually I was a lap down at that point because of the early incident where I think it was Netcode, the guy kind of came down and got me sideways. But luckily I didn't get any damage. But so I was, I don't want to ever root for a flag to come out, but I was happy to see it because it got me back on the lead lap. But yeah, I mean, I always tell everybody this track it's like boxing in a closet or something. You're in tight area space and you don't have a lot of room to move around, but when, like you said, the real guys and the guys in this sim, if you get people that can do it, it's a lot of fun. I think it's entertaining.
Yeah, you just had a little bit of bad luck. I think Thomas Welch was the guy. I think he had a computer crash on him or something, and he came down and ruined your day for a bit. But hey, you fought through it. A couple more incidents, so awesome.
Yeah,
job.
We were able to get 3 cars together and kind of run them down. We made our pit stop and come back out, and we're almost about to catch the pack, and that's when the second caution, or the first caution, I'm sorry, came out. So, wasn't the race we wanted to have, but we were glad to sponsor, and, with DW doing this, everybody having their special paint scheme for 9/11, in remembrance. And that was a great opening speech. I don't know if you guys heard it that the DW gave the league. It was very nice of him to say all that stuff. So thanks for all the people that served.
Yes, indeed. And as always, Paul, we appreciate everyone's support out here, especially yours. And before we let you go, you got any final shout outs or anything like that?
Not really, just all the guys in the league. Way to keep racing clean and fun, and looking forward to Dega next week.
Awesome, man. Well, tough night, a 17th place finish there for the 33 machine, but we look forward to seeing what you can pull out of the hat here next week as we go real life plate track racing.
Yes, sir.
All right, and with that brings all the racing action to a close from Atlanta. And yes, sir, indeed, was it a great show here tonight.
I just love Paul. Paul's the man. He sent us some beer money once. You remember that, Adam?
Oh, I remember. Hey, I know.
I got a special place in my heart for Paul Ferdiani at 33.
Yeah, a little extra tip. We loved that. That was fun. Good talking to him. Yeah, cool track, cool race.
Yeah.
I'd love to see this one again because it was fun.
I never thought we'd have only 6 cars on the lead lap at Atlanta. I never thought that would be a possibility. But, yeah, man, it definitely changed things, especially when you run so many green flag laps. And, oh, man, what a surprise. Not just a surprise in that we'd run this many green flag laps, but that the racing would be so good.
Yeah, that indeed. As we wind things down here from Atlanta, let's go ahead and tell everyone where their favorite drivers finished up here tonight. With Vince Short by the nose, picks up the win here with the one of Derek Welsh having a beaten and banging battle to pull away here in second. Panic at the Disco, Ryan Pendicio manages to find his way through the rubble of turn number 4 to finish with a podium finish here tonight. Same thing with that 79 Timothy Stubblefield, a solid night, up 13 spots to finish here in 4th, so Stub Nation happy for that. 99 Jason Kraft as well fights back from a lap or 2 down to finish inside this top 5, up 13 spots. 999 of Corey Sibley running into some problems here, but had a strong race nonetheless. Up there in 6th, with Richard Hurst fighting back from almost going pretty much a lap down from the get-go, fighting on back to pick up a 7th place spot, up 13 spots. So great job from him. Same thing with Nathan Stanley, up 11 to finish here in 8th. The 55, Tom Bearish, your hard charger of the day. He's going to finish up 15 spots here in 9th, with the 23 of Mark Collins rounding out tonight's top 10.
Chris Matthew Jr. in the 3 machine started in 8th, slipped a couple spots, finished in 11th. Your last car, 1 lap down. The first car, 2 laps down. Joe Hoggard in the 64 machine had a penalty at the beginning of the race, kind of doomed him from the start there, but he did finish the race in 12th position, up 10 spots. The first car, 2 laps down, as I mentioned. Juan Jimenez in the number 2 machine battled it out with a wall all night long. That number 2 scraped the outside wall so many times, but he finished right where he started, right there in 13th place. The 44 of Dana Shepard in that Windham County Sheriff's Department cruiser out there tonight, finished up 1 spot, started in 15th, finished in 14th. Rob Chowdhury, Bay Area Rob in the 24 machine, dropped quite a few spots tonight, still ended up with a top 15. Zeth Hawley in the 48, one of our guys in VR tonight, started in 3rd, ended up in 16th place, involved in a couple accidents out there. Hope he closed his eyes and didn't get too nauseous out there, as all you guys that race in VR know what I'm talking about. Paul Ferdiani, our race sponsor, thank you so much, Paul, for supporting this league as you do, and supporting us as well. He finished down 6 spots in 17th place. Double O Joe Bennett, the birthday boy, man, he did so well working his way up through the field. Started in 21st spot, went all the way up to the front, involved in one of those late wrecks, and he'll drop back down to 18th, where he finished there. Brian Winningham in the 17 machine. Good to see him out here racing tonight. He'll finish in 19th. And rounding out your top 20, the 22 of Eric Thornton.
Yeah, 21st position, down 20 spots. Number 27, Gavin Ray. 22nd, we'll have Dave Hoitzma, driving the number 97 machine. 23rd, 72, Carson Conway. Rough night out there, 73 laps down. And computers got him tonight. 24th, final position on the field. Number 9, Tommy Welch.
And that is your field here from Atlanta. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. Man, all you guys are the reason why we do this. Be sure to hit that subscribe and ring that notification bell to be alerted every time that we go live, as we have a lot of racing action going on here at AAA Broadcasting throughout the week. So don't miss out on any of that, because you guys are the reason why we do this. And of course, the only reason why we can do this is due to some great race sponsors like DEP Graphics, always doing some great paint jobs over there. Same thing with ButtKicker, having the best haptics around. That really helps out to add to that sim experience, as well as AdminBoxx jumping on, and Davidson Builders as your action replay sponsor for this season, and of course Plus EV Motorsports for the race sponsor here tonight. On that note, we stay here for tomorrow night as we see some truck action going on with the HCK Beagles Racing League. And man, if you thought seeing 24 cars around here, talk about having almost 40 trucks going around here tomorrow night. So you do not want to miss that one. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
Yeah.